When talking about one's favourite game of a decade, by far one of the best games of the last decade has to be FTL Faster Than Light. I genuinely love this game, even though, well, I've never really gotten to the end. It's almost impossible to get that bit of the game for me. I've started it before somewhere else, and then I started it here, and that was mostly because Epic said, hey, look, this is free. I was like, okay, fine. I'll pick it up. Might as well pick up everything. So, I thought I'd make a little video talking about why I love it and why I'm genuinely the worst person to play it. Let me explain. So, new game, yes, blah, blah, blah. I've not even done the complete 2 of the Layer B bits to get the Layer B ship. Well, first ship. Mostly because, well, I don't like... And, well... so, I think we'll start with that. Blah, 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 yes. I tend to just ignore that. I read the first sentence, or I read... Well, I don't really read it, I just look at it and go, okay, I know exactly what that's going to be, blah-de-blah-de-blah, don't care. So, let's get the ion blaster on full tilt. What do I not need? I don't need the health right now, so we can boost up the engines and we can still have the combat drone. So, this is the map. It's a very lovely map. I also really like this bit, the art style of this. It's not 2D, but it's top down. And you have a 2D kind of face, and it's brilliant. It's oddly brilliant. It's like playing a Star Trek game that's got nothing to do with Star Trek, and I genuinely love Star Trek, so yes. Where do we want to go? Do we want to go there, then there, one... So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we have 16. One of them could be a store, which would be useful, but I don't believe we'll have any credits to deal with that. Long way or short way? Long way, short way, long way, short way. Doesn't really matter, but let's go the long way. Oh, please don't kill me. Yep, continue. Okay, so that was uneventful. Over here, we'll have something happen, and that'll be fun. Not so fun for me, but fun nonetheless. Look for the rebel ship, or no time to search. I will look for the rebel ship. Right. Luckily, we're in the early game, so this isn't as terrifying as it gets later on, but this ship terrifies the bejesus out of me because, well, they have other means of attacking you. So, pause, and this is the best bit about the game because I can now stop, have a sip of my drink, and think about what I'm doing. Of course, I'll want the combat drone, and I will want to... Oh, well, they have a thingy blaster, and then the first shot will hit the shields, so yes, let's not go for auto fire just yet. Hit him, you get. Right, so every time they fire that weapon at the shields when they're up, which they just did, as evident by this little bit, the shields will go down, much like the combat drone does to them and we do to stuff. So, let's unpause. You get, where is it? Where's the bomb? Shove it. Okay, you get in there. I should have fixed you on the first shot. I'm not paying attention to combat, and I'm going to die. I'm going to die. Let's get the weapons, since the shields are down. Yes! Lovely jubbly. You in there. Oh, this is going beautifully now that I'm paying attention. So, as evident by the drone doing its own thing, I can't really control it. I only have control over one weapon. And, well, you can guess which one that is. Alright, hit their drives again. Please don't disappear. Get the shield, but the guns. Yes, that's the one. Guns again. Yes! So, that's how combat works, and it's brilliant. Hit the one on the keyboard. So, let me explain a little bit that I didn't there. This get, I should have put in here, because if I put him in there, he does a little bit of a... he gives that room a boost. Every room that has a being in it, shall we say, has a boost. Some rooms, such as the pilot's chair, requires at least one crew member. The crew are vital. You can't just have a system of drones and take on the rebellion. Well, you are the rebellion, which really makes this a bit of an interesting one, but nonetheless, we'll get to the story in a minute. Yes, the engines, I don't like the engines being the one that you give a bit of a boost to. You can, but it's not really... it doesn't give you that much of an advantage. At least here, stay on it, you get level 2 shields, manned, plus 10% faster recharge. Unmanned, it's not as great, but if you have them in there, he gives you a little bit of evasion, which means you just dodge bombs a bit better. They're bombs, they're going to kill you. I don't see a point in that. So, the story. You may have seen the one jump bit a minute ago, and no, that's nothing to do with Shonen Jump. That is this bit. And this bit is terrifying, terrifying, terrifying. And all the bits that makes your poo come out. We're this little ship, and we are trying to get away from them. They're the Federation. Not the Star Trek style Federation where they're a bit better and they're not saying feck in Picard, but nonetheless, they're good in their mind. We're good in our mind because we're the rebels, and we're the rebels trying to get to the flagship on the other end of the galaxy, or, well, 12 galaxies from here. And it's certainly going to be fun not getting there. So let's take a jump. Let's not go the long route. Right, these are pirates. Well, they're assholes. They like asking for a toll, which is 17 credits. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to fight them. I'd hope to Christ their bombs don't hurt. So, combat drone on, and let's go for weapons because they have a double laser, and that's not fun. Right, we have one down. Yes! Brilliant. No, I will not accept surrender. I am playing as an evil person. As much as I said it is a bit like Star Trek, it depends. It really depends on what you make of it. And I'm not really doing the whole Star Trek version, I'm doing the Star Wars version, otherwise known as JJ Trek. Otherwise known as kill them now, kill everyone. Let's not talk about the version of Star Trek that I really dislike. Mostly because for a minute I've forgotten the name of it, and that's Bliss in my mind. No, you've already got it on. Right, now think about... Yes! Die, pirate scum! And we get more credits. They were only offering 12. Sure, they were offering a drone, but I don't have the capacity for another drone. At least I don't think so. Anyway, this is a bit that we really don't want to get into because, well, that would be very sore at this point. Yes, there is the hull damage and it's beautiful and... we don't have a punctured hull. You really don't want to have... well, any damage when you're in that sector or at the rebel flag. Well, not the rebel. Okay, it is annoying me just as much as I'm sure it's annoying you right now, so I'll say it in editing. Yes, I do say the Federation and the rebels the wrong way round quite a few times. I will again and again. It is fixed at some point, because I'm stupid, and then I realise, oh yes, I am stupid, but I can't really do anything about that. That's what it is. Rebel flagship. You're so used to saying rebels as the ones that are fought against, so being the ones fighting against the Federation, it's a bit weird. So, how do I want to go about this? 1, 2, 3, and there are 1, 2, 3. I don't have the... We could be entirely screwed over by the exit. But... I really want to get a weapon. And again, I don't have... Do I want to swap out the ion blaster? Yes, I do. The ion blaster is, to politely put it, useless. Very useless. And I'll turn down the music just a little touch. Mostly because that's getting quite loud. As far as I'm seeing on the thing. How now, brown cow? Let's see what they have. If they have something good, then we can buy it. If they don't, well, we're guffed. So, you can have a crew teleport. And a crew teleport, shall I say, is useful if you have one of these little men. They're mantises. They're very strong in combat, but they're also very... Well, every race has a good thing and a bad thing about them. The Engi have a great repair speed. They're brilliant. Then you have the humans who are... well, human. And then you have the Mantis who are really, really good at, well, combat. However, they aren't all that great at taking hits, if I remember correctly. The people that do take hits well are the rock people. What's their names? Dwayne, probably. Yes, there's the Clone Bay as well, which would take away the Med Bay, and that's... well, I'm not a fan of the Clone Bay. I'll admit. It's a little strange. I don't know. I'm not particular to it, and the battery pack thing. Unless we add systems, we don't need battery power. We're going to add systems, but we don't need to right now. Then again, we might want to up the shields. No, I need a lot of credits, that's the word. Right, 1, 2, 3. And we could go 1, 2, 3, 4. So they would only get to there by the time that we're at the exit, hopefully. Oh, this is a gamble. This is all the game is. It's a gamble of, does this work? No. Okay. And then you poo yourself. You poo yourself when you have... There's, of course, the slug people. I forgot about the slug people. They're going to be guffed if I... I see a little silhouette of a plan. A plan that's not going to work if I don't get rid of that straight away. Don't hit the weapons. You get. You dirty, dirty get. Thankfully that missed. So, that's a beam weapon. A beam weapon is very sore when, well, basically anything hits it. Well, when it hits anything, I should rather say. Alright, that's the shields down for another second. We get that, yep, we're good. Our shields are down, but theirs are completely wrecked. And I think that's the first time that I've said the word wrecked in my life. Of course, not the way that children say it. I genuinely don't understand children. They're all confusing and sticky and loud and... What's wrong with... You know what, I'm just gonna let the drone do it. Dum-dee-dum-dee-dee. That's the joy of a drone. It's a magnificent little beast. And we saved some people. Lovely. I want to... Yes, I do. Right, shields. Very useful. How do I do that? I could always take engines out if I know I'm going to win. I don't always know that I'm going to win, but I know that it could be a possibility and it could be useful, and I need 25, then 30, then... Oh, that was a bad idea. Oh, I hope this risk pays off. Excuse that little drop of, well, juice. Scrap some of the debris, board the station and look for the survivors. That tends to lead to space spiders. Yes, there are space spiders. You don't have to look at them. It's fine. And then you have the scrap from debris. And debris, apparently, is not the same as brie. Or Brie Van de Kamp. Only one of them happens to be lovely. I've said JJ Trek, let's just go for scrap. Ooh, lovely. And that gives us just a little bit of power. That means I can do that instead. And we have 2% shields. Oh, I have 25 for the next one as well. Don't want to go for distress. Distress could mean a quest. Distress could mean a quest, but I don't want to do a quest. Up it! Let's do a quest. Possibly. Maybe not. Dislodge the ship. Okay. Okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I was expecting horrible, horrible things. Yeah, they're just going to jump there, then we can jump. Good. Gamble paid off. So... I'm going to regret every decision I've ever made. Oh, no, this is good. This is very, 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 very good. Let me explain. So, beams, for the most part, cannot penetrate your shields. I think hull beams can, but or is it the pike beam? The pike beam is brilliant. There's no better weapon, and I will argue with everyone on this planet if they say otherwise, because the pike beam is brilliant. With ships like this, you can basically get from just about here down to here with all those rooms just disintegrated. It's brilliant. Love it. So, for the most part, I can just sit back and let it play. I don't have to do, well, anything. I can also turn down the volume a touch. It's brilliant! I love it! I'm having the best of luck. 2 rolls later and I'm dead. We know that's going to happen, right? We know in about 2 turns I'm going to sit here and cry and cry and cry and cry because, well, someone decided it's not your turn. It's not your turn to go to the end in the Engie Cruiser. I'm going to cry a lot at that point, aren't I? Yes! Power! Lovely jubbly. That's... do I want... No. Shields are very, very important. Everything else, aside from weapons and maybe drones, are completely useless. Unless you want to run the... what people don't really need oxygen. I think there's one group that you can do a full... Let me explain. So, pause the game for a second. Over here you have your subsystems. Your subsystems are, well, things that kind of do and kind of don't need a person in them. if that makes sense. So, of course, here you need a captain. You need a captain to jump. Now, you can't really do that when the captain's in the medbay. However, one subsystem is very useful when you have someone in there, because you can upgrade the doors. This is a thing that is really useful down here. With upgraded doors, you can evac all the air, every last bit of it. And because there's a person in the doors room... Yeah, shut up. I'm just explaining to lovely ladies and gentlemen how air works. They might have heard of it. Most of them are human, apart from Clive. Clive's an alien. So, this is all a bad area for my people. You can upgrade your oxygen system to replenish just as enough. What was my brain on? I don't know. Probably coffee. I've had at least one cup. So, the people that are in your crew really, really need at least some sort of oxygen to survive. You might have heard of the stuff. You use it every day. And you can upgrade the O2 system to output just enough to keep them alive, but also enough that it kind of doesn't affect this area. And kind of... Well, you can be a bastard. Let's put it that way. You can suffocate a man into space. You can blow him out into space. That's brilliant. I love that. I mean, I'm a horrible human being for it. And I'll say that until the end, but I don't care. I don't care if I'm boarded. I'm going to blow a man in space. Blow a man out into space. Yes, that's the one. There you go. Ooh! My reactor's been boosted, which means if I get another upgrade to the systems, I don't really need to do anything. Ah, I knew I'd be screwed over by this. Right, time to explain the map, or at least sector map. So, every little bit that you play in, i.e. here, is a tiny, tiny sector in the grand scheme of everything. Pardon me. You are working towards this point. This point is terrifying because, well, red is hostile, green is civilian, and purple is the nebula. Well, the nebula means that the gets behind you can't really track you, but they can, and it's all a bit confusing. The green sectors, you might get a bit of help, you might not, and then the red sectors are where you'll just get creamed into buttery toast. It's horrible. You really don't want it. So, see. Do I want to go into rock-controlled territory, or do I want to go into the Uncharted Nebula? I think the Uncharted Nebula would be interesting, but I don't know. I know my move after this. I know it's going to be green, green, and then green. I was thinking, should I go there? No, because I'd be going red, 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 or red, 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 green. And of course green up here as well. So, do I want to go up here, then here, then here? 1, 2, ding. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ding. I'm going to go into the rock control territory.